should share the same.
All right, we're recording. Hold on. Ready?
Hey everybody, welcome to Doolin, Dalton, and the Songbird. I'm the Songbird.
And I'm Doolin Dalton.
After hours.
And I was unscrewing my
Joey, gotta
50.
get in the camera, bro.
Yeah, are we in?
Yeah, we're in, bro. We're in. I hope I'm in.
6 feet.
Someone's in.
6 feet. Don't forget 6 feet.
Yeah, this is 6 feet.
This
It's
is
a
6
wide.
feet.
It's a wide angle, so
Yeah.
it probably doesn't look like we're 6 feet.
Welcome,
but we're
welcome
6 feet.
to our After Hours podcast. It is Monday, February something,
8th, I believe.
8th, and the power is out.
Campus wide.
Yeah, that's why we're not in the studio, which kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie, kind of salty. The week I'm here, I'm like, Anyway, so everybody, we're hanging. We got Joey here. Hey,
Sup?
Man? Thank you so much for being here. We got
No problem.
Dalton here, as always, man. It's always
What's
a pleasure. I've had kind of a day, honestly.
Tell us about it, Kyle.
Take us through. Take us
Honestly,
through.
Pretty much. So I had to wake up pretty early.
had to wake up. Wow.
Dang.
Crazy.
Well, I had to wake up pretty early. And, yeah, so then we had our Super Bowl thing yesterday. Michael and I got, like, little Smokies. Do you guys know about those little hot dogs?
Yeah. Little Smokies.
Dude.
A little smoked.
They were getting a little smoky.
Nice.
Is this the After Hours
Weed.
podcast?
Kyle was
Okay.
smoking weed, Mom.
Oh,
This is the what's like the trailers called, like they rated our trailers like Red Band.
Yeah.
This is like the Red Band version
Red
of
Band
On the
trailer
Rocks.
on the
But-
rocks.
But pretty much, we made little Smokies, and we ate Anthony's pizza.
Nice.
And I am, like, paying for it. Like, I kid you not, I have never had bowel movements bring me down to a knee.
Okay, old man Gallon.
I'm sorry, I've never had, like,
How's your gut flora doing it?
horrible. Absolutely horrible. Dude, I've been to the bathroom, like, 5 times today, and the day's not even over.
Kyle, I'm lactose intolerant, so I don't even want to hear it.
I know, but, like, this is, like, I feel like I have food poisoning.
Maybe you did get food poisoning.
So, like, after that tragedy, I am now, we're going to be a meatball family that makes meatballs in the crock pot rather than little Smokies, because I can't do the little Smokies again. They're so good, but my gosh, they just hurt coming out. And on my way over, I saw the coolest thing ever. Nature was, like, trying to, like, make it up to me, because I was walking over, and I look up in the tree, and there are these crows calling. And I'm like, what's going on over there? And then as I see a majestic, like, peregrine falcon flying in, and he lands in the tree. And that peregrine falcon, he's not moving at all. And these crows are just, like, making him mad and stuff. And, like, I don't know what happened in the end of it, but my gosh, it was really awesome to see that peregrine falcon just stay there, solid as a rock.
The takeaway from the story is I am impressed that you know different types of falcons.
Well, I think the peregrine falcon is one that lives in cities. That is why I think it's the peregrine falcon. Do you guys know that one?
Hey, no, I didn't know that.
I can look at a bald falcon. That's a bald eagle. But is that that's not even a falcon. I don't know.
So, like,
That's
No
an
clue.
eagle.
Yeah, it is an eagle. It's kind of in the name.
but yeah, like, I mean, I feel like it was a good weekend. I'm tired, just super tired.
Yeah.
Like, so,
I thought the game was boring.
it was super
It went
boring.
by so quick.
More like the super boring.
Dude,
Hey.
listen, like, I feel like, this is my hot take from the Super Bowl. I feel like I fell asleep in the second quarters, and I still knew exactly
You didn't
what
even
happened in
watch the
game.
weekend, bro?
Oh, no, I watched the weekend. He had dude, all the performances from the Super Bowl were amazing.
True
Like,
that.
I
Oh,
thought
one of them? Is there any more?
her, do you remember her in the beginning?
America the Beautiful.
I didn't tune in soon
Dude,
enough.
listen to it, because her is one of the best pop artists, I guess you can say, because she, like, has, like, R&B kind of vibes and, like, soul vibes, and she plays, like, a Stratocaster, and she's so good. She played America the Beautiful at the beginning, and oh my gosh, I thought it was better than, like, the national anthem.
Yeah, the national anthem. I think it
Was good too.
It was good, but it would have been better if it wasn't a duet. I think.
Yeah, it was like Eric Church and
Eric Clapton.
yeah, it was Eric Clapton. He's trying to show up Hendrix. Anyway, but, like, the game, I knew exactly what was happening. Like, Kansas City, I know they've been to the Super Bowl and won it. I think last year, who did they face last year?
49ers.
So
Jimmy Garoppolo.
pretty much what happened with that was they couldn't rise to the occasion of facing Tom Brady in the playoffs, and that was the
Yeesh.
problem. Because there's so much hype, like that Tom Brady's the GOAT. There's so much hype that he's blah, blah, blah. It's just, it gets in your head. Because, I mean, think about it. If all you're hearing for, like, weeks, I'm talking weeks, is Tom Brady is about to get another ring, and he's the best quarterback of all time. That would shake pretty much anybody. Like, I don't blame, what's his face? Who's the Chiefs quarterback?
Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes. Like, young dude, like, you know, he's a young quarterback, so, like, that's the fact that you're facing Tom Brady is kind of intimidating.
Yeah.
Like, I get that. That's what happened to the Rams quarterback, Goff. Like, Goff couldn't pull it off in the Super Bowl because he was facing Brady.
And they scored like 3 points, and it was the most boring Super Bowl of all time.
So, like, right, and, like, that really, so, like, just facing Brady gives you a disadvantage just because your whole team's shaking. Now, I'm not going to, it's literally not Mahomes' fault is the other thing, too. Like, what's his face didn't catch the ball ever. Kelsey did not catch the ball well. Then everybody else on the Chiefs they were not catching the ball. I don't know how they weren't catching it. The one literally hit the guy's face mask because he thought
saw that.
he gave up on the play. See, every time we start talking football, I look and I see like laziness, and I'm like, you're playing at the best level of football. You should be going 100% all game.
I saw like a lot of stuff. I don't know how I ended up seeing this, but like I just saw a bunch of stuff on the internet about like bets that you can make for the Super Bowl. And there was a guy that bet $3,000 that Patrick Mahomes would not throw a touchdown pass during the game, and I think he made like $42,000 to throw
My
$3,000.
gosh.
And there's another. You can bet on what color the Gatorade.
Yeah.
Really?
And it was blue, and like it was like that was one of the lower options. Like people made like thousands of dollars betting on blue Gatorade being poured on the coach. The more you know. I think purple was the least favored, and then
Yeah.
red was the most favored.
Yeah.
What was yellow?
I think it was middle of the pack.
Middle of the pack Gatorade.
So, like, I actually have pretty hot takes on this. So, like, if it was grape, I think I would have outraged and boycotted the NFL.
You know they're not.
Get a proper
They're
grape.
not giving the NFL grape Gatorade, bro. I don't have a problem with grape Gatorade, but you know they're not giving the NFL grape
Any
Gatorade.
purple drink, good. Automatically good.
I'm with you on this, Joey. A lot of people
Bro,
give it crap.
Have you ever had purple Gatorade?
Yeah.
It's like cough syrup, dude.
No, wrong.
Well,
You know what our
Like the ice
school
Gatorade?
color is, Kyle? Purple. You know what purple is associated with? Grape.
Let me guess. Capital University is like cough syrup.
bro, I don't really like purple, if I'm being honest.
When you're sick, you come to Capital University. Is that
Right.
what you're saying?
Yes.
You heard it here, You heard it here first, folks.
You got it. One more
Capital
try?
University. Oh my lord! Kyle Gowan thinks Capital University is like cough syrup. There it is. 5 tries later, and I said it.
So moving on, I'm just kidding. I'm not that mean. So I thought it was gonna be lemon lime. I thought lemon lime was just a solid color that a whole team would like. Now blue is also a very solid color, because I think it was cool blue.
Yes.
Cool blue is good.
Yes.
Super good. I didn't think it was gonna be green apple. I love green apple. That's like my favorite one. But like I didn't think it was gonna be like, because it has to either be like fruit punch, cool blue, or like, and then like lemon lime. Those were my 3 that I really thought was gonna happen. Do I look at the camera? Like, what do I do?
Dude, it's our show. You can do what you want.
Yeah, I don't want to like address.
Hey guys, it's Doolin here.
Hey.
I feel like us just
Hey.
talking is way better than just being like.
Did you not watch the last episode? We didn't look at the camera last episode.
You didn't look at the camera, like H3.
Yeah, we don't look at the camera.
Okay.
Well, I had the, dude. Imagine being on a show and not even watching your own show when you miss it.
Dude, I'm sorry.
You heard it here first, folks. Kyle Gowans doesn't watch the show.
I put the camera up on top of one of the monitors,
Yeah,
and then I got everybody.
that's pretty
A
awesome.
little tight, but I got everybody.
I don't look into it except when I'm doing a bit. You heard it here first, folks.
Man,
Where were we?
how have you guys been doing, like, with life, with school?
Fine. How about you?
I'm okay. Like,
You just okay?
yeah, I think so.
You ever tried to insinuate something, Dalton? Because like I'm not picking up on it.
No, I'm not trying to insinuate
No.
anything.
You're just like, okay?
You're
Question mark. Then you like looked
you're
at
like
me and then you
pressing
looked.
in. You're not. I didn't feel it, Joey, but like, I feel like I get on the show and I'm just like, hey, this is what's going on with me. Like,
Where I'm at now is like, this is like a senior year
yeah,
of high school, where like online learning is like so close to just being done. Like we're so close to like the last semester of online learning, like last semester of senior year,
yeah,
like end stretch, and like second semester senior year, you just like give up. Like you don't care. You're like, I'm in college. I'm going to school in the fall for something. None of this matters. I'm done. And then you don't do any effort. At least that was me. Like
that was me too.
I put in
high
the bare
school.
minimum. I had really bad senioritis, and that's what I feel like right now. It
Yeah.
feels like senior year of high school, where I'm just like, we're so close to being back to normal, quote unquote, and like it's just so close. I can feel it. And for now, I'm just starting to like slowly give up.
Yeah, it's.
Not truly, but like.
I know what you mean. It's like it's hard to stay motivated with your classes when it's not like in person. Like, have you done Nagy's thing yet?
The one that's due tomorrow.
Music concrete thing.
That's due tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it last week.
Dang, dude.
Because you know what I used? I took this and I went out to the street light over there and I did the wait.
That's a good one.
I know. It turned out really good.
What do you have to do for the project?
It's
We
like,
have to make a music concrete,
which I don't
composition,
Like, I don't even know where
which
to
is
start.
just like sounds, and then they heavily process them through electronic delay and reverb and stuff like that.
So pretty much, I'm like,
Interesting.
So I took like a 10-second clip of me pressing the wait button out there, and then turned it into a 90-second atmospheric, weird piece.
I taught my first lesson today in school.
how was it?
It's nerve-wracking being in front of like God bless our teachers, because like getting in front of like just like a group of like 12 or so like third graders, terrifying. It's mortifying.
Third graders?
Like it felt like I
You
know,
can fight
but like
100
I felt like I
people.
walked, because I was with my partner and he's like, all right, here's Mr. Soto. And I walked up and it felt like I was in like Men in Black, and they just like flashed me with like the pen, and like I'd forgotten everything.
I've been there.
So I go up there and I was like, all right, listen to me. We're gonna do this this chant. Double this double that double this double that double this.
Why were you
that.
doing chants?
Well, that's just what it was called.
It's
Just
the
a chant.
curriculum, you stupid
Were you not
moron.
playing music? Were you not playing trumpet?
Just kidding. Don't knows to me. Sorry.
I'm sorry I'm not looking at you when I talk, because I'm trying to, you know.
Wow, but it's just general music. So like,
Yeah, oh, so you're doing like general. Where do you see yourself ending up?
well, I want to go to grad school for jazz pedagogy or jazz studies. So I'd like to end up at like either a university, a college, or like where Michael went to high school. Like he went to an art school. Like if you have like jazz art schools, that'd be fun, especially in Texas.
Recommendation:
Texas.
Don't go to Michael's school.
Well, it is a high school, so I don't think Jerry would go there.
It was just an
Yeah.
example.
I'm just saying, like don't.
Because
don't
like
go to Michael's
there's
school.
videos of like different like jazz like high schools. Like there are high schools like dedicated to like jazz music, especially in like Texas, where like the music program is ridiculous and just insane in every way, shape, and form. And like they perform in like Carnegie Hall, and
That's
they play like
freaking
jazz
awesome.
standards as high schoolers with no sheet music, and they sound better than like our jazz band at Capital University.
Well, yeah,
Get
dude.
wrecked, Capital. Kyle thinks you taste like cough syrup.
Yeah.
And as a member of that ensemble, I feel like I can say that.
Yeah.
As not a member, I can't say anything. So, I respect it, man. I don't want to go on a rant about how I feel about the music program here. I don't
Why?
want to. Because it's just, I've said it a million times, and it's just like,
music program at Capital University is like cough syrup.
cough syrup.
Dude, you just got wrecked.
Yeah. This is the cable I made.
I know, I meant to bring mine that I made too, but I grabbed the wrong one. They were sitting
I
right on
really
top of
hope-
each other.
I really hope this comebacks. There's like we're done with this, and like none of your audio got picked up. That'd be really funny.
No, it's getting it.
Yeah, no. it's-
And we have the phone. We have two sources.
But that'd still be really funny. You're just like, why does Kyle sound so much quiet in the mix? And then you hear him say, yeah, this is the cable
Well,
that I
here's the
made.
funny part: is Kyle's going to be on the left ear and you're going to be on the right ear because I can't.
That's kind of dope, though, not going to lie.
Yeah, I mean, I can. I think I can fix it, but
Kyle, do you think we could coordinate to make some ASMR?
Well, I have a 58
You have a 58. I have a 57.
And it has a very what was the word they used for the kind of sound this was?
What do you mean?
I can't remember what.
ASMR?
No, like what kind of? Dude, I.
Oh, Anton Tamori or whatever. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I don't know what you're talking.
Cardioid.
Where you went, ooh, 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 that song we made? Ooh, 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 ooh.
I was doing like Animal Crossing voices. Man, this is pretty much just us making noise. We're like,
It's really funny because
Oh, you
I can hear Kyle on this ear, but you're on my left, and then I can hear Joey on this ear.
okay,
Man, this is going to be really entertaining for people to watch.
Yeah, I was about to
Yeah,
say.
I
I'm
know.
sorry, man. I'm
Quality
trying. I'm really
content.
trying. I have like some updates on my job hunt. So like I applied at this coffee shop. I think I talked about last time. I applied at a coffee shop called Sweet Waters, and it's in this area just called Hamilton. Like,
Okay,
and
we know it. I know where that's at.
do you know where that's at?
Yes.
Super new. Like, I feel like it's upper class area. It's really interesting.
Where's that at?
It's at Hamilton.
It's like a suburb of Columbus. It's super nice and
Really
brand
doesn't.
new.
There's a lot of suburbs of Columbus, Kyle.
I'm saying
North,
it
south, east,
is a
west?
suburb. I think it's from Capitol. It's north. It's like directly north from Capitol.
Well, we are south. So, southeast.
I can kind of picture where that's at, I think. I don't know.
So
Well-
northeast.
You know the road that you take when you're just about to go across the tracks, and then that road that's right before it. If you turn right, going off of Main Street, that's it. If you turn right on Main Street, where like you're about to go across the tracks, and you just go straight, you'll like get on the highway and then go there. So
Did you get the job? Is that what you're trying to set us up for?
no, I don't know yet is the thing, and I applied to Anthony's too, but like.
That'd be funny.
But like, here's what happened. I walk in. I'm like, hey, the guy was really nice, really nice.
Did you
owner.
just walk in?
No, I had an interview set
Straight
up.
your
Okay.
stuff.
But he was like, yeah, I can like, I'll see. Pretty much, he gave me like, we'll see. Like, I like you, but we'll see. Because I had some pretty specific hours I could work. Because like, I have the show, and then I've got stuff like during the week, like in the afternoons, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm good to go. But like, yeah. So that's my job hunt. It's my job hunt.
I applied to, I'm going to say 4, but it's actually 3 internships. So
Where?
just at like recording and radio places here in Columbus. Although the 4th one, that doesn't really count because I didn't actually submit it because it took me an external website, and then if I go back to Handshake, it says I submitted it when I didn't actually do it. Was for Epic Games on Rocket League in San Diego. They were looking for a sound guy. So I as a joke, I just hit submit, but I don't think it actually went through.
That'd be funny if you like got hired for that.
What if
Yeah.
you honestly got hired though?
I didn't. I think I only gave him my resume, and
Do you
then it
think,
took me to a different
well,
website.
like, if you did fill that out and did get hired, like, what would you do if you got hired to
Go.
work at Epic Games? Or
Yeah,
an
I'd go.
internship?
Go.
That's like a once.
Oh, I know what the issue was. It took me to a website, and it's like sign in for Epic Games. It wouldn't let me sign into my Epic Games account, which is a little weird. It may have been a different account, but it said Epic Games at the top, so I assumed it was my Epic Games account. Couldn't sign in, so I never finished it.
There's I guess the highest paying job on campus is public safety. You, like Isaiah Miller, he said that like he just walked in there and was like, "Hi, I'm here for a job," and then he talked to some dude named Kevin, and then he's like, "Oh, you seem like a nice guy. I'll hire you." And it's $9.75 an hour, highest paying job on campus. And Isaiah says that he just sits and then like answers a phone and like directs calls.
I think Ezra is having the same job. He's walking around campus though.
Yeah, I have a friend that walks around campus and just like,
Hope
like,
Sam.
everything
Hope
looks
has
good.
badge up, too. But highest paying job on campus, $9.75 an hour.
How long does Ezra work for that? Does he work like how many hours does he just walk
Most
around?
people work like 4 to 8 hours a week.
I have no idea. He hasn't.
4 to 8 hours a week.
4 to 8,
So he just walks around the campus for an hour. You think?
probably.
How much does Ezra get paid? Do you know?
$9.75.
Ezra for just walking around?
Yes, it's because the public safety job encompasses like answering the phones, walking around.
Oh, okay.
And in a normal year, being the shuttle bus driver, but of course that isn't a thing right now. So
I'm like, the thing is like I'm trying to get a job so I can like get a house. Because that's my ultimate goal for this summer is to get a house. We actually toured some houses. This is what I can talk about. we toured some houses on College Ave and stuff. There's a blue house. We've deemed that house Grandma's house because there's an older lady. It's a duplex. She lives on the other side. There's this one frat house over here and on Sheridan, I think, on Sheridan. And it's a frat house. Like, we walk in, this dude's smoking a doobie. Like, it was hilarious. I'm like, what's up, man?
How's it hanging?
That one was okay. And then there's actually there's another place over here. It's called, like, the Charles Place or something like that. And we call that one Bougie Manor.
Bougie
Where
Manor.
are we dropping?
Yeah, Bougie Manor, dude. And it's, like, it's a really nice, like, area. I mean, if you get enough people, it's, like, affordable. But
How many people are you going to live with next year? Are you trying to live here over the summer? Or
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to live here over the summer. This is probably going to be, like, me, Michael, Ezra, Josh, and then we're, like, in between a fifth right now.
Who could it be?
I don't know. That's a good question.
You should have interviews live on the show.
On the
Oh,
show.
yes. Do, like, roommate applications?
Well, like,
That'd be a fun bit.
like we were probably thinking, like, okay, if Bailey wants to come, he can come. Like, possibly Josh's brother will live with us. I don't really know, like, what we're gonna do though. We might find a roommate online.
We're gonna
Is this housing through the school, or is it
No.
just that's what I
This
thought?
is
'Cause
through, like,
I know housing over the summer for the school is really weird because you have to fill out like a form, but I know the form is like emergency only, which is really weird.
Yeah, like I thought of Capital Housing as like a, you know, I thought of it as a path to go on, but then I was like, it's just like, do I want to give more money to the school?
They need it.
Have you figured out where you're going to live next semester, Joey?
Not quite yet. We're just choosing what apartment complex we want to be in. Trying to,
Who at you and?
it's gonna be at least me, Troy, and Cameron. Maybe more, depending on where we move to, or who we can find. I think Liam might have expressed some interest. Maybe, I don't know.
I think Allison and I are going to get a Trinity Suites thing. At least
There's
she
a,
was looking at
seriously?
it.
Hold on. There's
Yeah.
there's like the Trinity townhouses north. South, I've heard, is not the best place to stay, so I've just eliminated that. But there's like townhouses in the north, and then there's Trinity Towers, which is basically like there's 4 floors, and on each floor there's 4 rooms, and each room is like a separate like.
What are
dorm.
I thought these were Trinities. These ones over here.
That's Trinity South, and then like the apartments like you see across the street when you're walking down to like Moshi.
Mhm.
Those are Trinity North, and then there's Trinity Towers, which is a part of Trinity North, and it's 4 floors, and on each floor there's 4 dorms, and it goes into like a middle like shared like kitchen area, and so I think Brandon Duringer was telling me that the percussionists would all get first dibs on those, like in Trinity Towers, and then like on like Fridays they would like open up all the doors, and just like have like a big hangout session in, like the middle. And yeah, that sounded kind of fun, because like you get like a shared area in the middle, but you also get like your own like space, so it gets the best of like living with other people, but like not quite.
That's the problem I have right now with like some of the houses is like I said, like we're gonna have to have like 5 people in order to like afford rent. So like they're in Grandma's house, there's an attic space, and in the attic it's a doorway and you walk in, but then think of like a wall straight down the middle of like a triangle house. Those are 2 rooms pretty much. So like we're gonna have to figure out who's getting that and who's getting like the rooms downstairs, but I guess we'll try and figure it out. But it's cool. So it's exciting stuff. It's adulting and it's kind of scary, but
A little bit.
it's like
It's daunting.
Like wherever I move, at least I'm gonna like bump down to the cheapest meal plan I can.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
it's awesome.
And like, but like at the same time, like I feel like budget for food.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I think I have
I eat once
I
a
wanted to
day.
get the one lower than the 200 this semester, but then my mom was like, "No, I'm afraid you're not going to eat
Bro,
enough."
that's what you just gotta do it.
And then,
Yeah.
but here's the thing.
125 block.
I
Let's
have,
go
I
125.
have 175 swipes left and 350 cat bucks. So I think I can afford to go to the lower one.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Dude,
And I still eat plenty of food.
Yeah, last semester, like it would have been a struggle because If we were on campus the entire time, it would have been like a tight fit. But like, cause like back then, last semester, I like had time in my schedule to eat breakfast or eat lunch. But like now, I eat once a day, and with 125, you get pretty much like one swipe a day, maybe two.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Every couple days.
It counts on the weekends too. So if you don't like eat here on the weekends, it builds up. So you're able to like. I'm good to go. Like I'll have a Pop-Tart in the morning.
Yeah, I usually use like one swipe a day, and then I have snacks in my room.
I
So
got plenty of cat bucks
and then
for coffee.
if I end up over there with the kitchen and stuff, I'm gonna cook my own food.
Yeah,
So
don't do Little Smokies.
not Little Smokies though. I'm definitely not gonna
Please
cook Little
just go
Smokies.
do meatballs. Do the right thing and do meatballs. I'm like literally dying right now.
I'd definitely invest in an air fryer so I could just like have anything and then throw it in there and boom, be done. Like in Chicago, Liam had like in his house, he had such a nice air fryer, and it was just like you throw it in, and like 5 minutes later, it's just like boom, there's food. Tastes like oven fresh, like just fresh. Like if you like cold pizza, if you put it in that air fryer, it just tastes like.
How does an air
kinda
fryer
fresh.
even work?
I have
No clue.
magic.
Like what makes it different than an oven? You know
It's
what I'm saying?
it's divination magic.
Yeah.
Divinations.
It's a school divination. When are we gonna play D&D?
That's a great question.
Like
Good segue.
Brandon, if you're listening to this right now,
He's not.
please. Look, here's what I'm saying.
Kyle,
If Brandon sets a time during the week, we'll be able to do it.
roll for initiative. Like take initiative and like text the group chat right now or later and be like, "Hey, I want to play D&D," because I feel like Brandon. At least I don't feel like Brandon's been taking the most initiative on it. I feel like he's just waiting for us to say something. And
Well,
then
last week,
I-
that definitely was it because I think someone said something and everyone was like, "It's like 5 o'clock," and none of us want to play. And then yesterday was a Super Bowl, so I feel
that
like
makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah. Like he
Still,
didn't
but, like,
even
there's no-
bring it up.
Look,
Like-
I'm not
But
like
this-
Are we gonna kill
upcoming
that? Are
Sunday-
we gonna kill that catfish? Kyle?
I don't know. I'm gonna die to it because
Like it's been like 3 weeks.
honestly, I have like a really good idea for a character. Like, not to nerd out on the podcast, but I have like a super good idea for a character. Like, so if Kuno does die, I do have another guy up my sleeve, but
Spoilers.
like, what else was I trying to say? Okay, I'm not like dogging on Brandon, but like he should be the one to set the time, like as the dungeon master.
Dungeon
You tell him that.
Master.
Take initiative, big Brandon.
Speaking of
you gotta
D&D,
keep us accountable.
you guys know the book Ready Player One
Yes.
No,
and the movie?
no.
Yeah.
I just finished reading Ready Player 2 today.
Was it good?
Not as good as Ready Player One.
Like guaranteed, it wasn't.
Yeah. Dude, hear this?
What's
I bet
wrong
the-
with
I
it,
bet the listeners love that song, bro.
bro? Dude, just move it over.
Whoa, Kyle's yelling.
Whoa,
Kyle, whoa.
Just move it
I
over.
know you had those little smokies earlier,
you better turn
but
in the
No,
game,
move
man.
it like this.
no, it's fine, Kyle.
Like
It's
this.
fine.
Perfect, dude.
Bro, I can hear everything in these headphones. Scratch my beard. Ready? I can hear that.
What is it? Is it like a very like?
You scratch your beard. You'll hear. Oh, what? This is COVID safe, by the way.
6 feet.
Scratch your beard.
Oh.
Here.
Oh yeah. I did. Trying to find the right spot. But what was I gonna say? I remember like watching the trailer for the movie before I like even knew what the book was for Ready Player One. I was like, it's set in Columbus.
It is in Columbus.
It's
yeah.
set in Columbus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
A very, very dystopian Columbus, but yeah. So
Like
it's
everything's
Columbus.
at a trailer house.
It's just like Columbus, Middletown. It just mentions cities. Oh, the Chillicothe mentions is in the book.
Oh, okay.
So
I know.
it's-
Not that
Obscure.
you know where that's at, but yeah, Chillicothe is kind of like.
I've heard of it. I had a.
It used to be the capital of
Person.
Ohio.
Did it really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Huh.
It's where Muth has his thing. Chillicothe.
That's
pretty sure.
really sweet.
Recording workshop.
I've only been there once, I think, in my entire life.
Dalton, where'd you go?
Oh,
Where'd
Buzz.
you go in Yellow Springs to get your Baja hoodie?
Why did you go to Yellow Springs recently?
Dude, I pass it like every time I go to Ashley's. So like, where did you go?
You
So I could
pass
go-
it
I pass Yellow Springs every time I go in to Dayton. dude.
like through the actual town of Yellow
Isn't that where
Springs.
Dave Chappelle was born?
It's where he lives.
he lives.
That's cool.
No, like I pass it on the highway, like the exit
Oh,
to get
okay.
off there.
I was gonna say, there's no way. It's like in the middle of the woods. Well, not in the middle of the woods, but it's kind of out there in the country.
There is actually a game store that I'm super interested in going to.
In Yellow Springs?
Not in Yellow Springs.
There is a game store in Yellow Springs.
Oh, there is? Is it good?
They sell mostly comic books, but they have like Magic and D&D stuff in there
What
too.
percent was your phone at when we started this?
Huh?
What percent was your phone at when we started
Like
this?
60.
How do you think it's doing?
Probably
Mm.
okay.
What if it just
Probably
like stopped
fine.
recording? Like
We'll
5
just cut
minutes
to the
ago?
logo. Perfect.
Yeah.
That's what I did for the other episode. There was the logo for like the first 10 minutes, and then it cut to the
So,
thing.
um,
You want to talk about how I got copyrighted by the Eagles?
that was so
What?
Okay, so here's the deal.
so funny.
Here's the thing. I've posted videos on YouTube before with music in them, and usually what happens is you get a copyright claim, which basically says you can't make money off this video,
Yeah.
but you can still
Whatever.
have it, as long as it's not like the entire song, right?
I know the exact reason, dude.
Oh yeah.
And,
if you played like Hotel California, like the Eagles are like, maybe if you like, I think just the Eagles in general are like stringy about their music.
Yep.
Yeah, they are. Because I come to find out, I uploaded the video to YouTube, and it's not even a video; it's just the audio from the first part of our show from last week until we get to the podcast part. And I played Doolin, Dalton. I'm talking over it the entire time, like, "Oh, what's up? Welcome to On the Rocks." This is blah 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 blah. We'll cut to this. But in that section, it's like 40 seconds long. I'm talking over it the entire time. They're like, blocked. And I was like, okay, what can I do about that? They're like, nothing. It's blocked worldwide. You can't do anything. No copyright claim, nothing. Just blocked worldwide.
Because now here's why. So the Eagles are super stingy with their music. That's why you don't ever hear Hotel California in any movies when it would be awesome in movies. What's going to happen is when all the Eagles die off, all of that live album content is going to happen. So anything that is considered like anything that like the weird algorithm picks up that is Eagles instantly gets blocked because they're waiting to release stuff and they don't want crap to get leaked out. Same thing with Zeppelin, man. Same thing with Zeppelin. We've had to talk about copyright and crap on here before. Kind of dope that we did get copyright struck by the Eagles.
Yeah.
I got a copyright.
Thanks, Joe.
Yeah, thanks, Joe.
I got a copyright struck by Seal.
Yeah.
Actually?
Did you get blocked or just copyrighted?
Just copyrighted
Yeah.
because I there's one single video, one public single video on my YouTube channel that is "Kiss by a Rose" played in an empty Target at 11:32 p.m. And it's just that
Dude, that's
it's just a
so-
picture. I just made it senior year of high school in like my video class because I was bored and I was like, this would be funny. So I just like took a picture of Target and like put the song behind it and like made the song like super echoey. So it just sounds like it's "Kiss by a Rose" played in an empty Target at 11:32 p.m.
That is the funny.
That's pretty
Joey,
funny.
I love those where it's like Friday night and you have no school in the morning and then you're playing Minecraft like until 4 a.m.
And like your parents are arguing in the background.
No, not that one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, sure. You're escaping your home situation into Minecraft.
But I would do stuff like that all the time.
That's so funny.
And like I would take like different songs that had the same BPM, or I would change the BPM on like Final Cut Pro, and like I would just like
Pretty
match up
intuitive,
songs
dude.
together. Like I think "Stronger" by Kanye West and "All Star" by Smash Mouth are the same BPM. So it was just like the instrumental for like the Kanye West Daft Punk song, and then it would just feel like somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. It's funny.
Sounds funny.
It does. I wish I
Okay,
could.
I know not to change the subject or anything. You good? You can go ahead. Go ahead.
You're
I know you didn't watch the last episode. Something funny just came to my mind. But Joey, he was there. He was in the audience. You remember when I was talking about watching, I got recommended a really weird YouTube video of a whale exploding?
Yes.
Awesome.
I got recommended a cool video this morning, animal related as well. It was the process in which hermit crabs trade shells. Are you interested?
What side of YouTube are you on, buddy?
I don't know. Are you interested to hear how they trade shells?
Sure.
Yeah.
Enlighten me.
So,
Guitar facts.
as humans do, hermit crabs also grow.
Yeah.
They grow. They get bigger. They need a bigger shell.
Per usual.
So I don't know where this was at, but all these hermit crabs, they come up to the beach and they're like, I need a new shell. This one's either too small or too big.
And then that
They all get up in a conga line. This isn't a joke. From biggest to smallest. This isn't a
no
joke.
shot.
you're kidding.
From
No
biggest
shot.
to smallest, and they all like climb up on each other like that, like ready. And every crab that's there will come in and they have to find their spot in the line, right, from biggest to smallest. and then the one in the front will get out of his shell, go to the next one, and it'll be a huge conga line of them getting into the other shell. In front
So
of
like,
them.
well, like the person in the front, what do they do?
I think he just finds another shell. And
He
they're
has
like,
to.
they're like, that guy gets that shell.
Because the big guy's like, dude, I can't do anything. Like,
But it was
I'm
funny
bacon.
because
I'm old.
it was funny because in the video at the end there was a couple of late arrivers and they were fighting over the last shell and they were like
Just
pushing
ice
each
bucket conga
other.
line.
It was funny.
bro, that is kind of awesome. Not to change the subject.
Whale exploding, crabs.
That's a good one, dude.
Huge. You know the vibes.
So,
The babes.
I had it was like 3 a.m. and me and the boys were hanging out.
Huge.
The huge, hanging out at 3
Pretty
a.m.
much the huge. And we had an idea for either an Instagram page or a YouTube channel where it's just called Guitar Tips. And
Mad Tech Tips.
we play it off as like a fully like dead on
Like everything's wrong.
yes, we play it off as like a reliable source. But then we got the idea when I was gonna slam the table, but we got the idea when this guy was teaching people about AC and DC currents, and he made an electric guitar. He pretty much just plugged a metal wire into the
Is this
wall.
where the guitar like electrocutes him? Yes. I've seen this video.
We got the idea to be like, all right, let's do almost the same thing, except it'll be destructive to
my-
people's gear. So like,
I was gonna kill
my
someone.
God. Yeah, you're gonna get a
I was
lawsuit,
gonna
bro.
commit homicide.
so
Holy
like, no,
Moses.
we wouldn't do anything like
manslaughter.
dangerous. It would just be like, we were just telling people like, okay, make sure you have to straighten out your truss rod. You have
Oh
to,
my God.
You have to wash your truss rod.
Wash your truss rod.
For
Wash
those of you
your.
who don't know, your truss rod is supposed to stay in the neck. And so we were like, yeah, you gotta wash your truss rod. So the implication of us taking like a $50 Squire Strat and ripping the truss rod out of it. So we thought of that one. We thought,
For future reference, when this is used in court as evidence, hi
This,
judge,
we're taking this as a joke right now. We
It's
don't
a joke.
actually
hi
pretend that this,
prosecuting attorney,
well, no,
hi
but
jury.
that'd be the funny
He's
thing.
guilty.
he
the-
is guilty. I didn't know it at the time, but he is guilty.
Yes.
The
I'll
funny
turn him
thing
in.
is, well, I'm not like, dude, washing your truss rod. If somebody is unfortunate enough to wash their truss rod, but because
This
we
is the same man that applied the same ash earlier. This,
Don't forget to wash your guitar strings before you
yeah,
use.
it was actually you have to put motor oil in your guitar strings to make
Oh
them
my
slick.
God.
Gosh.
And then I said you have to wash the inside of your pick guard. Or, no, and then the best one was you have to rewind your pickups because pickups are it's a
Yeah.
metal wire.
It's a Mac.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just gonna explain it to everybody so everybody knows. So like, your pickups on your guitar is what like gets the sound. So the implication of you winding your pickups. Rewind? Did you rewind your pickups, kid?
Rewind. What would
This poor kid's got his brand new Strat on the bench.
what would make it like the best if you made a website and sold like fake repair kits?
See,
That would be funny.
That would be too far. I
Yeah,
think.
that's
You'd be making
admissible.
money.
It would be
You'd
like
making
Chipson. See,
money,
we would be
bro.
like Chipson, but like for luthiers.
That'd be funny.
Chipson's amazing. Do you guys follow Chipson?
No.
You should follow Chipson. It's like they're like fake stuff. It's like I can't even think of like I can't even think of like a product that they sell. They sell like fake guitar products and they're hilarious. Like they're like, oh, real Guitar Hero guitar, and like I don't know, it just like works. But like
It just works.
yeah, just stupid stuff like that. But like we were thinking about making a video too where it was like you put your guitar on the ground and you play your pedal board.
I mean, that one's not as much as a stretch because people have definitely used their pedal board as an instrument before.
Right. I just think it's funny that because like there's some poor kid out there who's like just starting guitar and he's like, oh, I didn't know you have to freaking wash your truss rod.
Let me watch this YouTube channel with 5 subscribers. They probably know what they're talking about.
Guitar Tips. It's going to be called Guitar Tips. And then we're gonna rip out a truss rod, and some poor kid is gonna go in with like pliers and try to rip out his truss rod.
You're awful, dude.
You're a horrible human being.
It was, oh, dude, like, yeah. we were just talking about bad like tips, like for guitar, like, oh hey, you gotta replace hear tuners every time too.
That's a funny one. That's funny.
Like we had a bunch and it was 3 a.m. So like every single one of them was funny. But yeah, that was my YouTube idea. So keep a lookout for guitar tips and don't listen to a single thing I say.
No, dude. When you mentioned like the guy that plugged like, the guitar into the wall and actually himself, there was one time in my high school jazz band where we were practicing in the auditorium, and I was standing right next to the bass player, and like I think the amp or something like wasn't grounded, or I don't know how amps work or whatever,
gosh.
but like the strings were like there was like electricity in the strings, and the like the lip of our stage was metal, and I was leaning back on it, and I touched one of his strings, and I just like almost electrocuted myself. Like I put my finger on it, and I just felt like a bolt of electricity go through me, and I was like, oh, that didn't happen.
That's why XLR cables are a thing. It's because they have a ground wire. Because people die from that exact thing. If my family's listening to this, I was okay after this one.
Oh my God.
I noted.
And I know not to do it. So I have an Ampeg amp from the 70s that was my grandfather's, and I don't know why I said grandfather's, my grandpa's, and it doesn't it's not grounded. Like there's no ground wire. So what you do to compensate for that is there's a polarity switch to like you have to guess what the polarity of the room is. It's scary. So like one time I was sitting on like my middle fender stool. So I'm sitting on this stool, both my feet up,
Metal?
and I have my guitar in my hands. I'm trying to like, people that are watching on video, you'll see me. I've got my guitar in my hands. I literally go down to play a chord, and I go.
Oh my God.
I'm like, what just
It
happened?
just falls on the ground and starts
And it just
seizing.
keels over and dies.
Like, I'm glad I didn't touch it. Like, it was just a little bit, but it was enough to scare me. And no, hey, don't put both feet on a metal surface with an ungrounded amp. Because people died from that. Like, died. Especially singers. They'd go up and grab the mic and be like... Because, people didn't know any better. Just like, sound really has come a long way since, like...
Who was the dumb guy that was like, because doesn't America use AC current?
Yep.
Who was the
No,
dumb
we
guy?
use the bad one.
Is it AC?
We use the dangerous one.
Is that AC or
I have no idea. I have had a conversation about this in the past.
music tech majors? Any
We
input?
use,
I don't live in Europe.
I think we use direct current because that sounds more dangerous.
Is it D means dangerous?
Because
Kyle's logic.
there is like, there was like a debate back in the day where it was like, oh hey, so this current is inherently dangerous.
But like, who's the numbnuts? I was like, yeah, let's use the more dangerous one. Let's use the one that can kill us.
Right?
They're
And,
probably like, yeah, it's more powerful. We're pretty powerful as Americans, so we should deserve the more powerful one.
yeah, but that's not even true. It does this. It's the same freaking current, bro. The only difference is now a wall socket in your house could kill you.
Why can't we just use like meters?
Bro, I don't know. Like, I'm horrible. Like, I don't know if I told you guys this. I'm like running like a D&D game for my dudes at my.
He's using feet. You using feet?
Of course, I'm using feet. What
Using
else?
feet.
You guys using
Are you
meters?
using cheeseburgers per square mile?
Almost.
About the same thing.
So, like, pretty much, I'm like, I have a hard time like being like, okay, so the base is like 50 foot, and because I can't really picture 50 feet in my mind. So like, I draw it out, and I'm like, all right, well, I guess
How
that's
can you not picture 50 feet? How tall are you? 6 feet?
6 foot.
Okay, so do the math. That's how big the room would be.
Yeah, I know, but I can't imagine it.
You can't imagine his...
Kyle,
I can
look
imagine
down,
stuff.
Look down. Look at your feet.
Yeah.
Picture 60
How
of
far
them.
do you think
Done.
that is? Like
Boom.
10 feet?
10
maybe 2
feet.
feet?
Wait, okay,
or...
so we're looking into this.
Like
room
this
that
is
we're
6 feet. So like picture this like a lot more.
Dude, don't give me that. Okay, I'd say about from here to here is probably 12 feet from the podium.
12 feet.
12 feet, bro?
Is that?
I would turn the camera around, but the podium is probably, what, Joey, like 25 feet away from
Yes.
us, if not more?
That's 25 feet.
if
gotta
not
be,
more.
More.
You got to be kidding me.
No.
You're probably more, yeah. 25 to 30
See,
feet.
I'm horrible at it.
This room is probably
So, like-
50 or 60
So
feet
like
long.
in my mind, I'm like, okay, so I know like in my mind like how big this area is, but like I cannot put feet to it. This is just a Kyle head shake moment. I don't know how to like put it any other way. Also,
Use the use like the Apple like thing that like you can like
dude,
measure.
that's
On his imagination.
yeah, on my imagination, yeah.
That's it. According to the Apple app, I'm 7'12".
Guys, I'm not under 6 feet tall. I'm 7'8".
It's like the meme where it's like one dude like really tall and the other dude's really short. It's like, and then the guy that's really tall says 6 foot, and the guy to the left says
5'11".
5'12".
Well, we've gone over.
We have gone over, yeah.
That's okay,
We
'cause-
are at 45 minutes.
I think we
Yeah.
just needed some time to catch up and talk about next week.
I saw Michael. Like I did a
Throwing
recording
shade.
thing with Michael after we recorded our thing, like 2 weeks ago, and like we went to one main afterwards and we just talked to Michael for like 2 hours. It was the fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Michael
like-
Hicks?
Yeah, I just like catching up with you guys.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought maybe you used Michael Perkins. I was like, dude, why didn't you call me?
Yeah, I miss Michael Perkins.
Me too.
I don't know where he's at. Well, hopefully he's doing okay.
So loud.
Also, just a public disclaimer, since it is Ashley and I's anniversary next week, I probably
What's the date? What's the date, Kyle? Go ahead. Maybe she'll watch this. Does she watch our shows?
Yeah.
Ooh. Does she really?
Yeah, she does.
Cool.
Yeah, it's the day after her birthday. It's
I always
February
wonder who
15th.
actually watches our shows because
Give Kyle the biggest smooch for me, please.
because I can see that we get views, but the only people I know that are guaranteed to watch is my mom.
Yeah.
So it's
Well,
like, where are these
I
other
can say
views
it's to my
coming
mom.
from?
Everyone say hi, Pamela.
Hi, Pamela.
Hey, Pamela. No, Ashley watches. She watches, but it's our 1 year anniversary coming up. So
Sorry, what day was that?
the 15th.
The 15th.
After the 14th, her birthday's on Valentine's Day. Everything kind of worked out.
Huh. So her
Birthday is on
anniversary
Valentine's
and
Day, so
Valentine's
it's like,
Day.
so I gotta get stuff for Valentine's Day.
Do you
her
just get
birthday?
one thing or do you get it?
No, absolutely not, Dalton.
So what are you gonna get it for her?
Yeah, go ahead. It's not, she's not gonna listen
Dude,
to
she's
this.
gonna listen to this.
Who
I
knows when this
can't-
is going to be out? I have no power. I can't upload this.
Oh, that's right. Well, you have no power and you can't charge.
I
your
mean,
phone.
until I can work on it until my laptop dies.
Dalton, he's gonna tell us, and then you're gonna upload it before her birthday, right? And make sure she sees it.
I'm
before
not,
she
dude.
gets
I'm
the
not gonna
gifts.
say what I got her. Because
No,
I'll bleep it. I'll bleep
it's
it.
a safe space. Yeah,
I'll
he'll
bleep it.
don't bleep it.
I'll bleep it. Just
No,
tell us. Bleep,
there's no
I'll bleep
trust.
it.
There's no trust.
Pinky promise.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'll bleep
so,
it.
So okay, this is getting bleeped. Actually,
I'll
if you're
literally just cut it.
If you're actually listening, don't listen to this part. So
Yeah, it's
Hold on,
talking
wait,
about.
everybody pause, unbleep here. That is crazy.
That was crazy.
That's insane.
That's going to be an amazing gift. So what's the next gift you gave her? Is that for Valentine's Day?
that was probably for her birthday.
Okay, that
I'm
one's for her
probably-
birthday, okay.
I'm gonna get her.
Cut. Hold on. Okay. Unbleep here. That's crazy.
She's really
That's
going to like
crazy.
that. Ashley, you're going to like your gift.
You're gonna like it. Also, another idea. How about like when he's like talking and speaked out, you like double time it, and then like it goes from double time to us being like, "Whoa, that's crazy," and then it speeds back up.
I don't know how to do that.
Bro, I know how to. I haven't used Final Cut Pro in like 2 years, and I could do that.
Could you really? Could you tell me how you use that?
Yeah,
I have Final Cut Pro.
bro, I will go ham. I'll be your editor. Swear to God.
It takes up way too much space on my computer. It's
Bro,
It is
ridiculous.
I
big,
wanna
but
be-
like I loved using Final Cut Pro.
Joey, did I tell you that I actually emailed Super Mega and asked them if they
Yes.
needed
You
somebody
did.
to
Yes.
You did.
I feel like that was a solid thing to do. Like, just try, you know.
A valuable.
I don't know if
I can't believe what some random obscure like Twitch stream I watched would come up to fruition like this. But I was watching a Twitch stream about like how to become a bigger streamer, and I didn't watch it because I wanted to know. I watched it because he's my favorite Twitch streamer, and I was just like, "What's he doing today?" And I just watched. But he was talking about if you ever want to like work with someone or collaborate with someone, never email them. Always offer them something. So like send them like a tweet on Twitter about like this sample or like this thing or like make like a song and send it to them.
Yeah, Victor Wooten said that too. He said he offered people a bunch of stuff before
Yeah,
he
so
asked for
offer
anything.
people your services. Don't just like email them. and be
That's
like,
what I did to
"Hi,
Plaid Room. I was like, hey,
you
you guys need any help during the summer? Like, just give me a call. I can literally do anything for you guys.
Well, no, that's why I said I offered my service. I said, hey, I'm able. Is that the right thing or no, the wrong thing?
Yeah, but off like actually like don't just say off. I'll offer you my service. Like offer them something. Like have something for them.
Okay.
And like post it on like their subreddit or like tweet it at them. Like DM it to them on Instagram or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, hey, I'll pass out stuff, or else I'll come in and promote some of your stuff or whatever. I was like, I'd mention the radio. I was like, yeah, if you send us music, I'll promote it.
Ryan McGee, he streams.
Yeah.
He
You could
streams
you can
stuff
make like
around.
a montage or something, or just like make like an edit of anything and like donate like $5 to him on Twitch and be like, hey, check this out.
He won't.
Like, they might.
I don't know. If he's playing Sekiro, he's not checking anything out.
Super Mega. I started watching them. I found out where all you guys get your mannerisms
It's
from.
so funny. I do. I honestly do because
I get so many mannerisms from like, the
because
content
they're
I
so
absorb.
like the little lying. Like it's horrible because I do that now. I do like you know how they have like little lies that they tell and they keep it going as a joke. Like I'll be doing one of those and like normally it's like when I'm hanging out with Ashley and she'll be like, "Stop lying to me," and I'm like.
I love that.
bit.
I like started doing that like before I even knew that was a thing. Like there was one time in marching band where like I just had a funny idea to like get the entire bus on board with something that was just a total lie. It's like I turned to my friend Ethan. I was like, "Hey Ethan, have you ever had a butterscotch ham?" And he's like, "What?" I was like, "Butterscotch ham." He's like, "What is that?" I was like, "My mom makes it every year for Thanksgiving. It's so good. Have you never had it?" And I got like 5 people on board, and then I just turned to my friend Ethan. And I was like, "Yeah, it's not real."
So funny.
Like I just love making those little lies, but like. I just take so many mannerisms from my from the people I watch. I started saying I'll keep it a buck because like one of the Twitch streamers I watch, he always says that. It's like I just find myself always saying, I'll keep it a buck with you.
Yeah. I noticed though that the super mega lying thing is kind of destructive, and I try not to do it. That's all I'm going to say for when Ashley listens to this.
Are we playing footsie, Kyle, right now? Are we playing footsie?
I'm about to play footsie with this stop button on the recorder because I wonder if that phone's even recording, honestly.
That'd be funny if it wasn't. Check.
I want to check as soon as I hit done with this. I don't want to be like.
Well, all right. So don't lie. I'm not going to lie.
If you're not seeing me waving, Dalton's going to take a video of us waving and then put it at the end.
No, he's not.
I can't do that. My phone's dead.
True. Kyle would take a video and send it to Dalton.
Dude, I'll draw.
This is gonna fade out, right?
This is gonna fade out like last time. Did you listen to the episode where I faded out? Where you're like, you should fade it out and be really funny. I did that.
I did. Dalton,
I listened to it.
Thanks for listening. I'm tired.
I think at the end you were like, at the end you should just bring it back. She's like, is that the end? Is that the end? I did.
I need to go listen to that.
You made fun of me for that gag.
What gag?
The fade out and then fade back into a guitar solo.
This is fading out super slowly, right?
Yeah, sure. Mm-hmm.
And then it's just gonna like cut out right after I say this, right?
We need to do it. Okay, this has been On the Rocks with Doolin, Dalton, and
Ace Field Report, Soto.
And hopefully we'll be back with a regular show with power this time. Maybe there's video. Maybe I'm sure there's audio. So
okay,
so now 2 weeks from now
it's gonna cut out right after I say this, right?
All right, and we'll see you guys next Monday.
Now
5 to 7.
Now it's gonna cut out right after I say this, right? Like this is the end of the bit.
This is it.
Is it fading out or is it gonna cut out right after I say this?
I'm sure it's already out.
Or is it gonna cut out right after I say this? There it is.
There we go.